Hello and welcome everyone to Copy and Paste, the clean and family-friendly Reddit reading podcast. This is the 6th episode of r/AskReddit, where all of life's problems are solved. And don't forget, if you like this podcast, then it would be greatly appreciated for you to like and subscribe. Thank you for joining me. Okay, let's get started. The first post by an NSFW account: what, in your opinion, is considered a crime against food? An NSFW account replies, no seasoning at all, not even a pinch of salt. Who knows, replies, I saw someone eat pineapples with mayo at school, and it should be considered a war crime. Who eats pineapple with mayo? United Swim 9034 replies with something I can definitely relate with: anytime I cook. Jason Hopkins 99 replies, not sure if it would rise to the level of a crime, but adding certain powdered spices at the very end of cooking, close to when you turn the heat off. Most spices need to be added in the beginning to allow them to bloom, get rid of the raw taste, and really blend with the other ingredients. This would go with cayenne, cumin, coriander powder, etc. The second question by user /CameToDefeatYou: what is something you did once and never again? No Chemical 3827 replies, mixed milk and orange juice, because I thought it would taste like a creamsicle, not make me projectile vomit. Sure, I will be that guy replies, Carolina Reaper infused gummy bear. I almost called for an ambulance. Legitimately thought I was gonna die, covered in sweat, crap, and vomit. Steamed Potatoes replied, put pizza wrapped in foil in the microwave. When I was 10, thinking it would warm up quicker. It surely did by lighting on fire 3 seconds after I turned it on. User /DopeyDazer replied, I stayed at my sister's place one night, and we for the life of us couldn't find the vacuum cleaner to blow up the spare mattress. So I hit on the bright idea of using the car exhaust to blow up the mattress. Back then, the car used leaded petrol. As a rule, I sleep with the windows and door closed, so I'm damn lucky. Woke up next morning, in hindsight luckily, with the mattress half flat and the room smoky. But being low to ground near door, the draft under it kept me alive. Again, in hindsight. User /Ghostwriter replies, hiking through jungles. They look so beautiful in movies. In reality, they are some of the most brutal hikes I've ever been on. Let's start with the humidity. It's so bad it drenches you to the bone, and there's no escaping it. Being under a jungle canopy is like being in a pressure cooker. The heat and humidity beats you down harder than any environment I've been in. And then there's the swarms of biting bugs. From never-ending mosquitoes, giant spiders on everything, ticks jumping on you from everywhere, and colonies of aggressive fire ants crisscrossing the trails. You can expect to have more bug bites than you've thought possible to survive. User /PhilReed80 replies, cinnamon challenge back when it was a thing. That was pretty stupid. User /Malaliak. Oh gosh, this is difficult. MALLALIAK replies, you know that thing you did as a kid when you'd prop yourself up between two objects, like a counter on a table, and then swing back and forth with your legs? That. Lower jaw in 3 pieces, tongue dangling out through an open wound beneath my chin. No idea how many stitches. Teeth damages, which has already led to one of my front teeth dying due to damaged nerves. And to top it all off, this occurred just before we had to perform a bit of theatre for the rest of class, and it has negatively impacted my ability to perform before any audience. But the scars add some nice character. Holy crap, lower jaw in 3 pieces, tongue dangling out like an open wound beneath the chin. Ugh, it's awful. The third post by user /SkiddyBopBeep replied, when have you witnessed pure evil? Big Mummy 69 replied, my ex-neighbor. He wasn't drugged out or anything. Someone owed him $20, so we decided to beat him to death with a tomahawk. Even the police had trouble identifying the body. Also, while he was on trial for that, he stabbed another inmate in the eye with a pen. Holy crap. Backwood Shippy replied, "There's a family down the way from me. The 13-year-old girl likes to stomp chicks to death. I'm scared for her entering society." What did I just read? Quick account for this replied, "I saw a man beating what was apparently his 3-year-old granddaughter with basically a tree branch. He was an elderly guy, had to have been 70 or so. This was in the middle of the city. God knows where he even got that thing. This was in Buffalo, New York. Immediately got involved, and I and some bystanders got the cops, and they carted the guy away." He was going on and on about how many times he'd been arrested before, almost bragging. The girl had such sadness in her eyes that it never left me, and when I approached the guy to make him stop, the little girl actually ran up to him and was hugging his leg. She must have been so used to abuse at that point that she didn't recognize how evil this person was. The look in her eyes were heartbreaking. I had gone to that city alone randomly to check it out and see what it had to offer, and that was the first thing I saw upon leaving my car. It broke me, and I just spent the whole night at the hotel, then just randomly walking the streets. Cold Toast and Butter replies, "When I was a teenager, I used to volunteer in the preschool at church. One week I was helping with the 2-year-olds. We had a new girl come in, tiny and adorable. By the end of Sunday school class, all the other kids were terrified of her. With absolutely no expression on her face and totally silent, she had attempted to strangle a little boy, bit another hard enough to draw blood, smacked a girl across the face, poured her drink out on another, and pinched and kicked me and the other volunteer repeatedly, not to mention dumping a snack on the floor while staring at me in the eye, throwing toys in the garbage, and attempting to pull the microwave off the counter. I've dealt with difficult children before, but her total lack of emotion was very unnerving." Mr. Lane's Lament replied, "This only hit me after the fact. In my teens, one of the guys who was at all the parties was this dude Kyle. He was honestly a great dude. He'd been there to clean stuff up the day after. He'd walk you to the bathroom and hold your hair while you vomit. Solid guy. One morning, I get a call from my friend Kelsey. She said, 'Turn on the bloody news.' There was Kyle. He had beaten a kid to death with a chain, stole his bank cards and car, and drove around with the kid's body in the trunk for a week before being caught. He was facing the death penalty, but the kid's parents asked for him to get life in prison, no parole instead, which is what he got. He's still a mystery to me. He never once seemed evil to me, but he went and did so. Something so ghastly. Some crap nobody expected from him." Shadowwood78 replied, "I did a stint in the army in Kosovo in 1999. Where we were based were tons of stray dogs and cats. Some fellow soldiers were finding it fun to throw a puppy out of the top floor window and then proceeded to throw a kitten down a very deep drain and laugh as it meowed. It was literally screaming at them to get it out, but they found this even more funny. The look on one guy's face was just pure evil, as if he lived for their/my misery." Oh my holy, I should not have ended with that question. It's making me rethink everything. Instead of a proper outro this time, I'm just gonna say goodbye.